To start off, we have some formulas. The first formula we have is the mean of a binomial random variable. One way you can go about finding the mean is to go on Minitab for any question and find the probability distribution of everything. But finding the mean and standard deviation of this big chart is going to take a while. And because of that, we have some shortcuts. The first formula that you're going to need to memorize is this one. This symbol, remember, stands for the mean of any probability distribution. And it's telling us that if we want to find the mean, we need to multiply n, which, remember, is the number of trials, by p, which is the probability of success. To find the variance, which has the symbol sigma squared with an x on the bottom, you multiply the trials times the probability of success by 1 minus the probability of success, which, remember, is actually the probability of failure. And remember, to go from the variance to the standard deviation, all you have to do is take the square root of the variance. So this formula looks really long, but it's actually just the square root of the variance. Let's do a question. So in example 3, we want to find the probability that a new car of a certain model will require repairs during the warranty period. This probability is 0.15. We have a dealership that sells 80 cars, and we want to know, well, we're looking at X, which is the number that will require repairs during that period. Okay, so this question is asking for the mean and standard deviation. Let's use the formulas to figure this out. So first of all, we need to figure out what success actually means here. Because X is the number that will require repairs, I guess the idea of success is actually requiring repairs. I know it doesn't sound like a success to require repairs, but in this situation, it actually is a success for someone to have a repair. Success doesn't have to mean good or bad. In this situation, it looks like we have 80 cars, which is the number of trials that we have, or the number of things. And P is our probability of success, or 0.15. So if I want to find the mean, for example, remember, the mean uses the symbol mu(x). All we have to do is plug these numbers into our formula. So if the mean is NP, I just need to multiply my two numbers, 80 times 0.15. When you go ahead and do that, you should get 12, which is our mean. If you want to find the standard deviation, the first thing you have to do is find the variance. So let's go ahead and do that. Remember, the formula for variance is sigma squared with an x on the bottom. And our symbol for that, or our formula for that, is NP times 1 minus P. So all you have to do is plug this in. So we have 80 times 0.15 times 1 minus 0.15. Well, I like to do things in the parentheses first. So it looks like we have 80 times 0.15 times 0.85. And when we multiply that all together, you should get 10.2. Now, this isn't the final answer to our question. We want to know what the standard deviation is, not the variance. So remember, to go from variance to standard deviation, all you have to do is take the square root. So I'm going to take my number and take its square root, and your standard deviation is 3.19.